Hi, I'm Leah, and the two questions I'll be going over today are hurricanes becoming more frequent and are hurricanes becoming stronger? So, in order to see if hurricanes are becoming more frequent, we want to have some sort of a plot that can generalize this question. So, we want the year on one axis and then the total number of hurricanes for each year on the other axis and see if there's some sort of a correlation or trend. So we want to use count to get the total number of hurricanes that occur in each year from 1970 to 2019. And then we're going to use a line graph in order to see if there is some sort of a trend. So when we look at the graph, there doesn't seem to be a very obvious pattern of hurricanes becoming more frequent, and the values seem to jump around quite a lot. And then when we look at the table that contains the year and then the count, which is the total number of hurricanes each year, we don't see that there is a common pattern of increasing hurricanes for each year. And so I concluded that hurricanes do not seem to be more frequent year by year. And then the next question is, are hurricanes getting stronger? So first we wanted to figure out what values from the table we can use to see if hurricanes are getting stronger. So we want to use WMO winds column, which is the wind speed for each storm. And so we want to compute the average wind speed for each year and then plot that and see if there's some sort of a correlation. But we also need to consider the NA values within the data because it can make it very difficult to calculate or plot specific data. And so I made sure that we did not account for the NA values. And then in the table, we can see that there does seem to be somewhat of an increase over the years of the wind speed, with an outlier here and there, such as 37.7 kind of looks like an outlier compared to the other data. But for the most part, there seems to be a very small increasing trend of wind speed. So if we look at the graph, we see that there's not a very obvious pattern of increase, but we can see that it seems to have somewhat of a upwards trend. And so I wanted to use a best fit line just to see if we can see more of an obvious correlation. And so with the best fit line, I saw that there is a very slight positive correlation with most of the points gathered around it, except for some extreme outliers. So ultimately, I concluded that the hurricanes do seem somewhat slightly stronger over the years. I wouldn't say there's a very large increase in wind speed, but there does seem to be a very small increase in wind speed.